kind of sad seeing both syndicates banned. I felt like they're both somewhat interesting lists, like not super standard. Interesting to see them play.
Impertinence is the one thing
It
I
would
cannot
have been
abide.
interesting to see if, Kaneki Syndicate performing well, but oh well. Instead, we'll see Enslave and Erland battle it out. So Vcymka on blue with his assimilate. How much proactivity is there? Calvita's proactivity. What else do you need?
Mistake runs no reads, so like taking it on blue is kind of awkward, but his other decks weren't really blue con decks either, so it makes sense. But yeah, this hand's certainly not great, but Vcymka also missing everything. Not Vcymka, Kaneki, no temple, no muta generator.
Insane offering value though.
Yeah, also missed the Iris combo. That's a really bad hand for NR.
Yeah, only so much you can fix with your leader charges, but some things can be done.
This time.
So yeah, goes for the artifacts here, I suppose. Yeah, temple is getting picked. Temple also, I would assume, works in the observer mode, showing the cards later on, but pretty necessary change. Showing the creates now. You know, we've seen some tournament games where you just don't know what to play around.
Man, I mean, now you know your opponent has a Veraxas, right? Like, that will definitely change the way you're gonna play this game. So, thankfully, finally, after like a year of Temple, we finally get some information about it.
So,
interesting that he's deciding here. Maybe he doesn't want to pick Philippa because of the potential of giving her over to Nilfgaard with whatever kind of stealing. Goes from Lixley and Buhr. Interesting. So intentionally picked like cards that Nilfgaard doesn't really get the greatest value from.
yeah.
Instead of picking like super strong cards in itself.
Yeah. Cannot really do the military shenanigans as Nilfgaard, so yeah, that's an unusual choice when you have like Philippa. So Kaneki is reading what's happening potentially against the Nilfgaard and doesn't take extra risks. So Temple and Saints is already present. What are you going further with?
So the question for Kaneki here is, does he want to play a second leader charge to get the muta generator? Or is he just gonna go maybe out of it a bronze and then pass? Or just play bronze and pass?
Also seeing a couple of neutrals from the emissary, helpful. Cintrian Envoy showing the cards that you cannot use your leader for.
Probably put a heat wave on top, I would guess. But I mean, this is a really weak play for NR, right? Like now you know probably he's not going to be going for muta generator, and it's kind of inviting to just play some more of your bronzes and take their own control. So maybe just develop a Torturer. I mean, obviously, if you play into here, you could always get Unseized, and opponent could be playing for the card advantage, but it's also like an insanely big commitment.
Okay, he decides to full city. There is the... wait. There is no Cursed Knight. In Kaneki's version, I'm pretty certain Vcymka was running one.
It's interesting because there's no real counterplay for Kaneki. So this SWAT series would have played for like a lot of points in a long round 3, right? So it's quite a relevant investment.
Okay. Kaneki's deck cannot really somehow create a Cursed Knight, so was pretty safe. Don't really see anything at the moment that could have answered it.
Test my patience.
Juice. And that should... Kind of awkward for Kaneki. Can he do this click?
Oh, yeah, two pretty relevant clicks potentially, but yeah, 35 points to...
It's gonna cost him his Anseas. Also...
okay, positioning.
Yep, minus points potentially. So this Anseas here plays for 26. But we do need a few more points than that. So we could go Anseas full leader, but surely that's not worth it, is it?
Okay, listen, we somehow
It's
managed to
enough.
save all the expensive cards, play down to 2, mulligan, and says that's not happening. And then just slam Erland as soon as possible and hope for the best.
I mean, it looks like it's happening, right? I feel like he's gonna mulligan and like leader charge again here, protect his wanderers. And then probably just go for Erland round 2, like leader charge, mulligan the wanderers, and just go for like 40-point Erland.
Yeah, I feel like that might be... I know that Kaneki mentions that he, learned how to play Gwent from Nick, and Nick, does that occasionally, Mystical as well. So, yeah, we might just see exactly that game plan realized here.
Why did he mulligan Erland?
Yeah.
I guess he knows he's always going to put it back into his hand. Interesting.
Mulligans it again.
So, what is he playing around by mulliganing Erland?
Torres put in spine. Well, Torres always finds value on bronzes. Are we missing something big?
Yeah, actually, don't think I get it.
Is it that he just wants to create more carryover? But, well,
What then?
do we really need to mulligan Erland?
You bastard.
I think he's like
Clever bastard.
probably just gonna put the Wanderers back into his deck.
Everyone has
But is he gonna like play Erland this round then, or not? Or is there like no other card in his deck that he wanted to have? I don't know. I have no clue.
But Kaneki is definitely prepared for something. He
Yeah,
mulligans
absolutely.
Erland twice, okay?
Like he was very like made very clear that that was what he wanted to do. So
Okay.
interesting. Just go for the pass. Makes sense. The Taurus this round can always play like as a 22-point catch-up. Too many points for Nilfgaard. But is this ever enough for Northern Realms? Feels like it's... I don't know, feels like Nilfgaard has the edge here. 2 cards up in this kind of round.
Yeah, the mutant generator value is not really there. If we are looking what's in deck.
This Iris looking very juicy.
Sunset just gonna draw the Iris's companions. You just believe into that, in that.
So is Kaneki just gonna discard everything here? Like, is this the line? Like, discard everything, play 1 leader charge on the Sunset, and then playing immune Erland. Yeah. Looks like the play.
Spending Bratans was a correct choice, probably, from Vcymka.
True, because also Simka doesn't run the emissary, just like Kaneki. So actually really heads up play to invest the Brasons in round 2.
You will not regret this, good sir.
Sergeant. Plays around offering, but into total removal.
That's now eating one of the toll punishes.
Maybe it's correct here for Kaneki to offering the Sergeant to play around the potential of Taurus picking it up again.
Might be. You're most likely not getting anything, right? Because all the other Nausicaas will be buffed anyway, and all the other cards 5 and above. Simulate engines buffing themselves.
Yeah, this is all that Simka is gonna get. He can leader it or he can coup it, but this is it. His Vinegar Force is also looking extremely bad. Because he doesn't have another defensive Vinegar Force, just an informant in his deck.
Yeah, nothing to try and get.
Well, maybe there was a consideration, like, especially with investing the Brasons, like, heads up last round to mulligan the coup, and then look for the remedy. Probably wouldn't have been a bad idea. But, yeah, I mean, we just sit back and wait how big the Erland is, right? Like,
Yeah, so Artorius is getting COC'd, whatever Gross Stall is getting heat waved. There's nothing to mulligan military for in the deck.
I like the building spots here, like giving himself a leader target before like the Erland sucks up the boost. He just takes leader, right? Right?
Yeah.
Oh wait, does he have any like is his Artot dead? Or does he have something from round 1? I can't remember. He has something from round 2, right? That he gave
The
Spine to.
emissary, wasn't it? No.
Right. Okay. Yeah, okay, then it's fine.
Was it emissary? Must have been. No, he kept the torture. He was doing the full city things.
No, he has 2 torturers, right? He played 1 earlier, but I just
Yeah,
can't
but in
remember
round
what.
2, after the
Maybe on
muta
the
generator, so on the empty board, yeah, Mage Torture was paid
Oh.
as an answer to muta generator.
Oh, so the Artot is dead. So we got really unlucky there. Oh my god, really unlucky then, honestly. It was the only target, right?
Yeah,
But-
could have gotten like a squire. Although there is like a bunch of 7s in deck now. No,
True.
they were 6s. They were 6s a turn ago, so
Yeah, he also had the Revenant on board for the setup, so... Really unlucky. Is it enough, though?
and this Stefan also not looking too hot, but he has some assimilates to work with. Okay, so this is a nice tournament experience, something new, something unusual. Not this one card getting played, another card getting played, and then everyone complains about cultists or like laughs at elves. This is a discard being brought back into the meta by the players.
This is lovely. Yeah, I mean... Kaneki's just gonna discard his last card and we'll just see how big the Erland is. I mean, it's the fast. That's right. Well, okay,
Do I
finisher.
enjoy torture? Perhaps. A bit.
For
I
some
guess at
reason,
this point... No, Kaneki shouldn't play any cards, right? Just to play around the Revenant.
yeah, you're not getting anything by mulliganing immediately or something. Do ya? If you bold, yeah. It's not that amazing, but
No. No, I think discarding makes sense, but it's not enough points, is it?
no decisions. And decides to mulligan steals a board.
It's gonna
No.
go for...
Ah, okay. Military
Playing
has
with
the
the-
Diplo as well. So that's a 4-point turnover, and you need 24.
What do you need?
You can set up your Revenant.
Just so enough. It's just so enough. Holy moly. Oh.
So yeah, military should have been somehow at 6.
Wow.
Does it help? Not really.
Yeah.
The man, 1-point game after
That's
all this discarding.
I mean, Kaneki got all of his cards right, and he got really lucky on the Vilgeforts.
Yeah.
But other than that, damn, I did not expect it to be so like pays off in the end.
So as you predicted, Enslave goes on blue against the Skittle gear.
Yeah.
So
Generally, rough matchup for Enslave. There's an Angulem, which is pretty good though.
there's Obsidian Mirror. Oh. And the Fanatics and whatnot might be okay. But in round 1 there is a ship. You can transform, like get half point transform the points into the rain, but sounds kinda bad with armor and whatnot.
I kind of agree. I think I would have mulled it too. But he does find his double Gigachat Scholar, 9 for 4. So, yep. Should be a pretty winnable round for him.
Well, quite decent productivity. That doesn't cost you much because you are still you're playing those golds anyway in your deck.
Should probably have 3 base strengths and that would be fine, I think.
I mean, when you go into the school of polarization, you just come up with a 4 power at the beginning, and then maybe they'll adjust. Yeah.
Orion's been chosen. The gods speak to him.
I see the instant location commitment here, signalizing that Vcymka is ready to invest a lot into this round, which is interesting because his hand is a bit like there's no Swalblood for like a Gigapoint swing, no Knut, no Mardrums to really get value of the Sigvald.
I forgive you.
So interested to see how he's gonna go about this.
Maxi just chilling in the deck for Vcymka as well as a Neuromancy. Pretty nice investments that you are bound to find by round 3.
Always. Yeah, what does Vcymka even do here? Like, do you really want to invest the... Okay.
That's the
Plays Sigvald. Yeah. It's just, his hand has so few ways to actually trigger Sigvald. Like you can go
Moment.
maybe click the location to win and then click the location again, but no martyrdom, no nothing. And then like if you don't really get anything here, then you invested the location and Sigvald. That's honestly really bad for you.
Yeah, so Sigvald is there, but doesn't have anything to control really. Well, can clash with 11, I guess. So what does that do?
You get a lot of bleeding, sure, it's not terrible, but
Just wait for Buford to land.
no.
Clash with something bigger. Like, you still need to play something.
Best drown yourself.
Okay.
And now it's like, I mean, Nilfgaard can choose. I mean, there's probably like no interest in tempo passing because it feels so easy to milk more of your opponent here.
Yeah, some mixed messages coming from Vcymka. Location is there, Sigvald is there, but then you have this cheap bronze landing. Yeah, like if the Knut totem is what you expect them to play later on, you are like pretty happy with the commitments. I don't think you can easily overcome the point gap here with one card. So Kaneki can just after seeing the overcommitment for round 1 leave, I suppose. Although, yeah, as you mentioned, the matchup might be not the Enslaved's favorite overall. The units on opponent's side tall, and yeah, there is enough control. Well, less control now.
Yeah. Especially like if you commit the Sigvald round 1, like you only have one more, right? And if that one gets answered, like you lose a lot of the abuse potential you have in this matchup. Seeing Heatwave, we're committing. Doesn't really. Oh, okay, it clicks. Wow, that's really, really aggressive. That is really aggressive. What's the follow-up for Vcymka? Like you said, it's so garbage.
The 4 tempo Gwent is coming next.
Now he's really banking here on Kaneki to not have any cards like a Marine or maybe an Angulem or anything for tempo.
Need something, governor?
Well, Kaneki goes for the catch holder too. It's interesting. You could have said like I'm just gonna go for full tempo and take the totem. This makes perfect sense too. He just doesn't really have a clash target at the moment. Like sure, if you just clash with the 6 here and then you get like your play, you play for maybe like 11, 12 points, but sure could have quit with the same, right?
Well, so far staying ahead by a point for 2 turns.
Oh, and now you're really mad that Gwynmeander got nerfed and doesn't have Zeal anymore.
But a pretty clever way to get around at least some of the abuses on Gwynmeander. I don't mind it. Yeah. Now we see the full value of the and the reason to keep the mirror.
Yeah, big reward. I mean, like it's kind of a long shot that this totem actually gets committed round 1, but definitely like big time payoff for Kaneki's greed here to keep the mirror. Quite nice for him. Like now, how do you actually get there? Are we ready to commit the self to win this uneven?
We got so far already.
It's like I feel like if you turn around here, you are kind of doomed. But if you do go for it, you are kind of doomed too.
People been enjoying your setting with the shadows.
Something. Oh,
The
it's dark.
sun, yeah, the sun
It's
disappearing.
good. Maybe I can. I think this is all the.
Okay, can we get some Gravesh sand in chat? And just added a couple of emotes.
Oh,
Uh,
it's actually.
that must have hurt.
It's actually a bit bright, but sure.
Yeah, must have hurt.
Oh. I'll go for this. Alright, so what happened here? Didn't commit the south. I mean, honestly, it's a pretty good informant here for Kaneki. If your opponent isn't gonna commit, okay, he goes.
Well, you get to play your dream. You get to click your totem, I suppose.
Yeah, kind of nearly surprised that he decided to go out here, Kaneki. Like, he could have still played the bronze, he would still have to click on the location to catch up against, like, any mid-tier card. And, would have been just really awkward to Simka, right? Feels like he would have forced the soul for sure. Kind of surprised by the pass. Now, Simka, he got the location carryover. He's not in a great spot, but maybe if he draws an Neuromancy here. Nope.
Finds his Sigvald back, but what are we seeing here? He knows more or less Kaneki's hand. Oh, Vilgefortz is not drawn.
He has to lead, that's for sure. And he doesn't know that there's no Vilgefortz.
Yep.
Could be in hand.
Freya, watch us and keep us.
But still, like, lacking the Knut in the sand is, so annoying. I would have been playing for like 20 plus points actually.
So, what to pick in? He knows that Heatwave is gone. And there is no Toll Punish anymore, right? So, just maximize your points from bronzes if you don't need to play them. And then take Knut. And takes Lock.
Takes Lock, makes sense.
And I
There's
guess
only one
the Pallor
purified.
was... Yeah.
No, true. Like, he doesn't know that there's no Oniro in Simka's hand, but yeah, definitely makes sense. Take these cards. I mean, if you're Simka, like, you just accept it if the Vilgefortz is there, right? Probably just play this Martyrdom and slam it. Could also just, like, actually go full lead and... Oh, wait, what? Wow.
Okay, wants to cash in immediate.
Surprises.
Interesting. So he goes for the least aggressive line. I mean, this makes sense. Like, this is just playing around, like, the very high likelihood that your opponent has a Vilgefortz in hand.
Yep.
I mean, this carryover location for Simka for Kaneki is awfully useless here.
Yeah.
Just
You can
does
slam
absolutely
something if you are agent, but yeah, other than that, it doesn't achieve much.
And also, like, this is so terrible here for Kaneki. It's not the Brasens is dead because there is no emissary. The Stefan is dead. The Artod has at max 6 points he can get. The leader is dead and the Duchess is dead. It's insanely bad.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a Yeah, nice setup from Vcymka there.
Like, it's kind of like, I'm not sure if you can criticize him for not mulliganing him to get the Vilgeforce,
Sit back and do nothing.
because, like, if you do, you don't have drive test cards, and it's like
Oh,
quite
yeah, okay.
annoying.
Locking is OP.
The lock is OP here, so he gets to cash in. Nice, that's actually a very cheeky line. So it's not nearly as bad as I thought it is. But I mean, like the Doric area could have also been in hand, right? And then this play is actually not available, and then it would have been a disaster.
But okay, now location gone, Siegwald is gone, you have your Sov point slam.
Where is the Swalbot? Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Now it's a quite nice looking hand for Simka. Maybe the margin is gone. Oh, decides that he wants to keep the margin. Finds a Knut. And what's on top for Kaneki? Potentially the Marine. Mulligan's a coup, interesting. And top decks into the Knut that the Taurus shuffled on top. That's interestingly lucky, maybe unlucky. He can't take the Marine now because he actually knows what's on top. It would play into an offensive margin.
Yeah,
so
margin
maybe
is potentially getting dropped here. On the offensive margin, on Artorius is also. Okay.
What did he put on top? Wasn't the Marine guaranteed to be on top? Or the Duchess? 50-50?
Name, kill!
Yes.
Wait, what did he put on top?
What is he trying to get now? What was the choice?
That makes no sense, right? I don't think. Wait, maybe he mulliganed the informant. Right? So maybe he clicked the informant instead of the Marine and booted himself. Maybe he forgot. But yeah, this is gonna cost him like 10 points. This is like a straight up like 10-point misplay. That is quite a lot of points to be missing.
Okay, so yeah, you play your Doragary now.
On principle.
So pretty bad cards are getting exchanged here for a moment, and well, you have your province.
It just goes next to pretty. Like, this is a tilt forfeit, right? Like, you haven't even seen your opponent play on Nero once this game, so you don't even know if your opponent actually drew Sov Swablet. So, it's bad mental forfeit, honestly, but can't blame him.
So, okay, we see an Erland mirror then.
Valyria and Rivia!
Makes sense. Makes sense to take the mirror on red, because Kaneki plays the curse, right?
Yeah, the curse is very helpful here.
So getting last say is, yeah, it's everything. Also, there's a heat wave for the muted generator, potentially.
Yeah, there is no shoe for mutual generator on Vcymka's side. Ah, there it comes.
There it is. There it is. So Kaneki again missing his muted generator and his temple, like very unskilled NR player today.
With COC, do you even heat wave the? Yeah, you don't.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe he just fights somehow for the round one instead and guarantees the last say.
Yeah, I mean, it's true, right? Because, like, if you don't get last say, then probably Vcymka's deck is a little better. I mean, I guess you don't have, like, an Igni, right? So, can actually abuse the 60-point Erland version, but you also have the Iris and everything, so you do get a lot of carryover. And I mean, Simka can still take the 1 and 3, right? The 3 and 5 with the Shoop if he wants to. Could also maybe, if he wants to go, sure, he could go Iris Companions into Rune Mage this turn and then guarantee the artifact removal. But that's also like a pretty big investment.
What are the temple peaks? Roche Merciless, Libioda and Gerhard against DJ, Ildiko and Viraxis.
Oh, some of them are not created like the others, man.
Well, Libioda is just too good.
Yeah, but Ildiko is also quite scary actually with the DJ. Like that's plus the Viraxis, of course.
As
It's a
per
scary
our
combo.
contract.
I just like to get the Rune Mage in hand. Makes sense. He can tutor most other cards in his deck, and he definitely wants to guarantee the Shoop. So the question is, like, do you think he's actually gonna go for the Shoop artifact removal here? Because, like, you can do it, and maybe you win the round, but the Shoop can also be a random, like, destroy a random unit, kill the Erland, or go for Shoop going Hail Mary, right? Like,
Well, it can be, but
like, yeah. I feel like you're definitely unfavored here in this game, so kind of hard to say what the winning approach is.
nah, he never risks soup here. Ah, okay. So
Oh wow! Oh wow! Wow! Really? Wow!
yeah.
But don't you just lose because of corruption?
Salutations.
Or is
Yeah.
there like some other?
Well, yeah, Kaneki is just taking the last say and maximum amount of carryover possible. Maybe he's confident in Shoop chart now. On the I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, like Kaneki has to like put some units on the board, right? And then Vcymka is just gonna try to remove as many units as possible, and then he's gonna go for the Hail Mary, shoot, destroy. I mean, that's just how it's gonna go, right?
Yeah, Pepper suggests that there will be a Shoop transform last card featured on COC.
Oh, to
Yes.
play around COC.
Yes, that's
Oh, and you can actually play around it, huh? Oh, yeah, that's really cheeky. Oh, yeah, I can tell I didn't play that much Shoop. That's actually such a good line.
yeah. Seen and done on streams a couple of times, but yeah.
Long sword, back sword. Arming sword.
Oh, yeah.
Bastard sword.
I can see that. Sorry for talking into my hands. Hmm. So I guess it makes sense for... I mean, like... It costs you the Shoop, and it's gonna give your opponent a random card. It could still be good. But you get to get your Erland through. So then it's just more of a value battle in general. Which... could go both ways, right?
Yeah, okay, so reminder DJ Ildiko, the card's not found against, well, Libioda. I'm not certain how much he's been searched for.
I mean... What a juicer.
Yeah, Viraxis and Says are ready to go if possible. Although there is Geraldo.
Pretty nice carryover here for Vcymka. Like, how does Kaneki actually answer this? He doesn't really have a good answer, right?
The obvious answers are quite expensive.
And then, like, if you use your unsayers, then your Viraxis becomes really meh, right? Because your opponent's just gonna counter unsayers, and then also potentially, like, the Gerhardt could be greeted, which
Seems
would be
doable.
rather devastating.
Wait, and the players saw what each one created, right? So they know.
Oh, right,
So
true. Yeah.
there is the information, unless they forgot themselves that like Viraxis was created. So you might wanna answer the unsay, so at least lock him.
Absolutely, yeah. That also means that Kaneki knows that there's a Gerhardt that he needs to like keep removal for. Man, like actually playing with information is so nice, right? It's
It's
so
like
used
open
to.
deck lists with an extra layer of information.
Wow.
Okay, so leader charges that squirrel, maybe not the card you want in your hand anyway.
What can I do for you?
The clock is quite nice because it's also gonna prevent the Viraxis from getting used on the red of it. Simka really needs to like maybe get this Dijkstra to stick and then then use Viraxis on the Dijkstra. That would be ideal. Like he needs to somehow get something to stick. Like man, this what is it? This Redanian Knight might grow bigger than the Erland.
Yeah, like you play the Sunset Wanderer, you play your hand in a specific order, and yeah, your opponent is just opening with Redanian Knight with the infusion, and yeah, it's like a 10 card round when you.
That's quite insane.
Yeah,
Also,
so-
not great card top deck here for Kaneki.
Words.
So yeah, it says with the extra layer of information is getting answered. Now this Viraxis is yeah, in need of something like teach someone.
Like you could maybe, if you're Kaneki, back row the Viraxis and then just go for the Dijkstra, and then like instantly activate the Dijkstra and get Ildiko from deck, right? And forgo the initial order from the Dijkstra. But Simka could also just decide to slam the Unsayas or even the Shoop and block it, so... Simka could also just greet Gerhardt here, right? He went for this, but is there like any answer in Kaneki's deck? I don't think so.
The 50-50 COC, but that's not great. Wait. Yeah, then there is a sunset as well. Sorry. Yeah, that wasn't doing it anyway, and yeah.
Oh, okay.
Even then, you don't want to do that. Okay, just answers Viraxis.
It's smart because he knows there's the Dijkstra or even the Illidico, so this makes sense. But now Kaneki also knows that's it in terms of removal, and I kind of really would have liked to see him playing Dijkstra this turn, right? And then going for Illidico. Because there's no more answer. If the Shoop is committed, then he can get the curse on the Erland, right? It felt like a good turn to greet the Gerhardt.
Okay, I know what Vcymka is contemplating. Maybe 1 in 6 Is all maybe 1 in 6 is all I need to hit here? No, okay. Doesn't make any wild plays when like being in a position to win at least like tangibly.
No need for the YOLO. So what's actually like, I am not up to date with what Gerhard can hit even on like 6 or 7. Not sure how much you want to
there
read
is
on.
a necromancy. On 6 there is probably like the NR spell.
The casting contest would actually be really good here, right? You could like click your leader, click the stratagem, then click the ballista, and then casting contest the ballista again, right? But he clicked beforehand, so all of that huge potential is out of the window, so that's unlucky. That was like what?
So did he miss
Like,
the reset as well? If
10-point casting contest?
Huh? So just as a plate instead.
-5. It don't matter. Or maybe it matters. We'll see. There's Big DJ. But there's like, how big is this Erland? There's also no more leader charges left, right?
So yeah.
Can you
So
ever
if you
lock?
expect COC, can you just not click?
You could go
Not clicking is
shoot block and don't click, but it's never
Yeah.
enough, right?
It's just an Erland click.
Yeah. Well, how big are the boys? That is fairly
So
shit.
transform, but Kaneki definitely played more.
Also have
Including
this.
carry over, like the 4-point cards at 11 power.
Also have the DJ, which is gonna get something. Maybe the Triangling Priestess, the +3. Maybe just the Ildeco. No, that can't be the best.
This medallion.
Maybe this.
A symbol of my affection
Wow.
for
Okay,
you.
yeah.
Close. It's actually like,
You could just sign
if he
confirmation
didn't
receipt.
misplay the Gerhard, he would have won this game, Vcymka. Definitely came down to that in the end.
A 5-point game in the end.
Patience is
Goes
not a
let's live
virtue
on
I
blue.
am known to have.
Makes sense.
Also Angulim action with the temple.
So disgusting. Yeah. Oh, this hand is a bit too
Who
good.
played Calvit in round 0? Who did that? Simka. Well, that's a lot.
Finds one of the clown cards, and he also finds the 4P guy, the what's it called? The top deck swap. The merchant.
Feeding merchant. Yeah. Okay, so Ramon.
Well, there's
Ramon
no
has Marine.
sergeants.
Yeah, there is only Marine for that.
It's not the greatest Ramon. No, he didn't take it. Went for Shama.
Well, just take Tibor for spice, I don't know.
I mean, Leo should be good, no? Like, Leo can always hit the
Takes
unsaves.
Rompali.
Rompali is
instead.
also not bad.
Well, we've seen Rain and Night Threat, so now you can lock it if you really wish, but also as an engine value
Yeah.
to be like alternative removal target to all your simulates.
Pretty okay temple, but not Could have been worse. Could have been much worse for Vcymka. Definitely not an insane value tempo. And Kaneki also missed all of his round 1 cards, which is a bit annoying for him. No Scholars, no Marine. Kind of no good cards to play for him. Question is, what does he get in hand? Maybe one of the tall removals? Oh. Use for torture, interesting.
Okay.
Guided by the light.
Okay,
Great
so
sun.
what are we marking? Anseis. Well, Anseis with Temple would have been pretty alright. Siege Tower and
I don't know about that order. I feel like we did a little oopsie here, huh? Maybe just a little oopsie.
well, the big torturer is comparable to Anseis.
Well, you can't always play optimally, can you? Seeing pretty good temple here from Vcymka. Gets Draug, gets Baron, and gets
Onward, sons of
Oh, yeah.
Nilfgaard!
Man, there's too much deciding between all the temple clicks, all the Tauruses. You go like, there, another decision. Okay, 30-point gap, 25-point gap against one engine. Not many, or not at all, bronzes to play here, but well, bronzes are kind of slow, so maybe you're happy to play. So, what is it? Cat which Adaptus playing for 7?
7, but sets up the Grace, so it's kind of nice pick here. So Vcymka probably just gonna go down to 4 and then go into round 3.
I've had men killed for less.
Get all the juice carryover, just place the Iris, I assume.
So yeah, Iris is pretty nice here. Okay, so locked into a long round 3. 10 cards, has multiple answers to assimilate. Or whatever, like, I don't know, Rampali is potentially doing stuff.
Well, he knows what's coming at him. They can both look at the temples.
Pretty convenient. You can leave them in Observer as well.
Vcymka also has a really good hand. The only thing he's really missing is, well, kind of everything. You would want to like maybe draw 1 more gold, and then his hand would be perfect. Also, what do you dry pass here with? If you...
Yeah, the hand quality.
Is it actually Anseis? It's not the 15-point mage torture, right?
Yeah,
Surely
not anymore. It would have been a 5-point mage torture potentially.
Megaforts, okay. So, interesting that he commits Megaforts over Vincent. Like, he knows he has Vincent on the spying on Sayes, but then Sayes could potentially be committed as last say, right? So interesting that he goes for Megaforts over Vincent here. But, pretty good hand for Kaneki. I'm not sure, I don't think he mulligans again at all. And Vcymka's just gonna look for another gold, but he has 3 leader charges, so...
Yeah, if he had like Ramon, you try to reach the marine, but there is no no hand space for all that. Actually, goes for the marine over.
Interesting.
He could have like had a 12-ish point Shellmark, I suppose, with leader, Bratans.
Yeah, didn't look like a bad Shalmar, but I guess like a Marine is another question mark card that can also be played proactively, which is nice. So the informant is on top, I suppose. Or but he did he mulligan informant this round?
I didn't really look at the mulligan face.
I don't think he did, right? So why did he pick
there was
informant?
Margarita as well, right? When she
No, he mulliganed the Margarita this round for sure.
Okay, that went away. Okay.
But I mean, I guess both Margarita and the Shelmar could have gone on top again, but that would be like mega unlucky, right? So it should actually be Informant on top. Vcymka
Things of this world, boundless they are.
for advantage.
You
Don't
can
really
get
look
your
anything.
Reina to grace with that.
True.
Anything else?
Reynard, or even Century Knight if you actually want to play it. Also use it on Baron at some point. Kaneki. Developing like 2 threats in one turn. Why is this not boosting? Like, what the hell? Like the informant was on top, no? Like this cost
As I
Kaneki
said,
like...
I didn't look at the mulligans, but he had... Well, he only mulliganed Shelmar and he still had a couple, so he didn't waste all of them to send like Margarita, Inform and Shelmar. But yeah, I guess he picked one of the 4 provision cards then.
Because like, even in like the game, like 2 games before that, he also lost like 5 or 6 points to not clicking the correct card as Marine. So maybe a skill check that just isn't up Kaneki's alley.
Yeah, unless we miss something, kinda looks a bit weak with this Marine just missing its value for multiple turns.
So this 2 more leader charges for Vcymka. This Brazens is actually gonna be struggling a bit to get value.
I want every ship ready
But
for inspection.
there's enough other cards that are actually pretty good, like this Rampali here.
Is he floating Rampali for now? There is not that many. Okay, he is. And Marine is still doing Marine things.
It's Marine.
Maybe it's pushing a card in third round, it pushes at the bottom of the deck now. I don't know. But
makes sense to hold the Rampali here, I guess. Like, he would be playing for 2 per turn already, but you know there's like an Odo, or maybe like some other engines, or like potential like boss cards that your opponent wants to greet, so it makes sense to hold. But obviously now it could get like shoe blocked, probably, which is maybe not the worst idea here. Oh, decides to play the Odo right into the Rampali.
Yeah, just feeding him and
That hurts.
activating the engine. Hey, maybe take another Marine now and...
The senses.
Surely this time I'm gonna pick the
wait.
correct card, right?
Ain't all of the like bronzes doubled?
Surely he wouldn't like completely mess this up again.
So that's 4 pushes. And there was like 3 turns beforehand.
Maybe this is why Marine is fine at 5 provisions. Like, it doesn't actually nerf. It's balance. Okay, so pretty awkward here for Vcymka. Like too many threats here on the side of Kaneki's board. What do you answer? How do you answer it?
Well, yeah. The engine one day, the engine's gonna start working, and there is still 6 turns of those. Okay, Drauk. If only there was like a... If you control 5 revenants, gain a zeal. If we are buffing curse or making cursed archetype a thing again.
But I mean, Vcymka's just not playing this well, is he? Like, he's just making it all too easy. Like this, I mean, this was the most straightforward play ever, right? Like, your opponent just plays Stefan, answers all of your engines, and
Yeah, all of them gone in one go.
it's like, yeah.
I still don't understand what's happening with the Marines. They just
Yeah.
refuse to work. I refuse to pay any attention to them anymore.
Yes. But yeah, I feel like Vcymka's sequencing here was just not good, right? Maybe, like, it feels bad, but maybe you have to, like, invest one of your better cards early, like a shoe block or so. Like, you're always gonna find value on the Gerald of Rivia, and then hold the Drauk a bit longer, not, like, super play into the Stefan. Maybe, like, play Traveling Priestess and TA it or so, like... And now I play the early dragon, so, okay. I guess this Vigo isn't really growing much anymore.
With Stefan gone. Oh, well, there is a 3, 4, 5 proc still. Ah, maybe you turn your Imperial Marine off, at least it gets the Revenants going, I don't know. Since the card seems like completely broken and refuses to elaborate on like where are the points going.
This is like, this is his long con, just don't get the Marines boosted at all,
okay,
ever.
they're doing something now.
Dude, only took them 6 turns. Wowie wow.
No, yeah, no Bratens targets on board.
Yeah, but here it becomes awkward. Which card is it you play now? The Geralt plays
Too cool, somewhat.
into potential cool. It's probably the Geralt here, right? You just TA it and then you try to play around cool. You can boost it with a Shoop maybe again.
Okay, we'll go for Shoop immediately. 10 power Shoop for a lock now. Okay, now that the card is working, it's time to lock it. Locks the flanking one, of course.
No. Poor Vivo, getting juice.
I demand satisfaction.
All of those. Back row makes sense.
How big is this Erland? The cards are boosted by 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Not small.
So Nick goes to 30 something. Plus, yeah, another round of boost from himself, so that's 40 points. Erland, which definitely closes the gap. There is the awkward Bratens.
Not playing the emissary, man. It's really...
But
I mean, it's
again, it's with Revenants it does more, but still, like,
yeah.
Bratens himself is not doing much here.
Man, these cards are so juicy still for Vcymka. He could also just TA his Anseus, right? If the Vincent ever gets played for even more points. But probably just playing the Priestess here is fine. There should not be any more. Yep.
Blessed be the sunrise and the sunset.
It's gonna be pretty close, huh?
Yeah,
Vcymka has an insane amount of points left.
that's like, I think 40 point click on Erland. Takes him to 100 already, or almost 100 already, especially with TA. He has Unseas. And Geralt answering the tallest unit. Yeah, this Radea is a point slam, but only 8 points. Like, there is an Oxenford somewhere, the scholar in your deck, chilling, that wants to, hey, coach, sub me in. I'm better than this bullshit.
And now Simka can actually use the TA on the Ansayas for maximum value.
Yeah.
It's not pretty. So you just play the Geralt this turn, right?
Yeah, I would assume that the sequence. I remember playing some community tournament and literally miscuing last 2 cards. That feels awkward. So,
Yeah. Choking in the last second and then losing because of it. It's yeah.
Okay, not 40 point, 36 point, but yeah, more than enough. And after the duel.
Quite convincing, and it feels like Simka kind of played into Kaneki's hand, right? But Kaneki had, like, if it wasn't only for the Marines, which would have been like a lot more points, maybe also sequenced it a bit awkwardly. But yeah, interesting. Quite decisive win here for Simka.
Well played, and well, Kaneki mentioned, I was asking him about the casting possibilities as well. He mentioned that he is doing uni stuff, so he gets more time for the uni with this loss. Well played. My Simka seem to know what he's doing, even if like we consider them misplays. Well, at least like overall. The win was pretty convincing in this match, even with like gifting some of it to Kaneki.
No, they both played well, right? They both understood the macro game plan pretty well, most of the decks, and yeah, maybe didn't sequence perfectly all the time, some question marks, but good series for sure.
It all started with not getting Unsays a temple buff. Well, yeah, true. That might have helped in round 3 instead of giving a big girl target.
Like, I thought it made sense, right? Because he clicked, but then he played Taurus, right? If he doesn't play Taurus that round, what's the concern? It makes sense, but...
Well, you never know. Maybe Unsays wasn't mulliganed, and you're not getting
yeah,
it.
True. Possible.
Well played.
Okay.
Would be awkward. So, hope you enjoyed the games as well.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and yeah, enjoy.
Yeah. Any promises on the future streams or anything?
Yeah, maybe one more stream before Gwent, surely.
Okay, so you heard it here, guys. Surely one stream, and then another stream after potentially winning Masters or something, or getting to Masters, another stream, then winning the Masters, another stream, and then the full-time streamer Gravesh.
Oh yes. Like when Gwent finally goes into like Infinity Sunset, then I start.
Yeah, you get your Thanos glove, and you start to roll that. It all connects together.